Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Do the usual for your girl, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get to the video. So, today I am going to talk about what I feed my bearded dragon. So, I'm going to start off with an apple. I am going to cut it up in 2 slices, and by the way, I've also used this apple for a week now because my bearded dragon loves apples. And just to give you guys a little insight, my bearded dragon's name is Glitter. Glitter is from the book Argon. And what I am going to do right here, I'll tell you a little bit later about why I chose that name as well. And what I'm doing right here is I am cutting up the slices into smaller cuts. You don't want the apple to be too small to where they cannot pick it up. And you don't want it to be too big to where they can't eat it. So right now I am just going to cut it up to make sure that he is able to pick it up with his tongue. Right here I'm just showing you guys the pieces that I have cut up for him. Next, I am going to take some kale. My beardie, he has his times. So sometimes he wants kale, sometimes he wants apples. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give him a salad. So I am going to take, and right now I am honestly taking a hard time trying to find the twisty, but so I finally got it. So I'm going to take 2 stalks of kale, and what you'll see in a minute is that I am going to pull the leaves apart instead of just cutting it up together, because I don't really know if you're supposed to put the stem with the food, so instead I just don't do it and I just give him the leaf. And a little inside, you do not want to give your bearded dragon lettuce. Lettuce does not provide any nutrients for them. All it is just water. Kale is the better option. I do not know if spinach is another okay, but you know, I'd recommend looking it up. So right now I'm just going to cut it out, pull it apart so it's smaller. I don't want it too big pieces. I don't want it too little. So I just do a little nice in between. And this seems to work out good for him. And a little funny story. One time, we had given my beardie kale and apples together. And supposedly, he searched through the whole thing for the apples and he didn't eat any of the kale. So I'm going to try and just give him a little bit of kale but a lot more apples. And so I recommend seeing if your bearded dragon likes apples or not. Try and give that to him and see what he thinks. And right here, I just kind of figured out that I had too much kale and it was best if I just put the rest away. And then I forgot that I had another slice of apple. I had just cut up 1 slice. So here I am going to cut up the second one. And so, as I said before, my bearded dragon's name is Glitter. So where he got that name from, I picked it from the book Argon. Glitter is a 3-legged golden bearded dragon, and he was the oldest and the wisest and the strongest bearded dragon, and I picked that name because when Glitter was a little baby, he was really gold, and I was like, okay, this fits him. He doesn't have 3 legs, he has 4. But I was like, I'm just going to do this because he's a wise bearded dragon. He's the strongest. He lived the longest. I was like, this fits my beardie. So right now, I'm just going to take his plate and I'm going to split the apples and the kale onto 2 different sides, just so he knows what he's eating and the difference. As you can see, I'm not done putting the kale on here. And I'm realizing that that's a lot of kale in there. So I'm just going to leave it how it is. And the next step, I'm going to take his old dead crickets. And I'm going to just take the little cardboard out, make sure there's no crickets on it, and I'm going to pour the crickets in there. And I pour them on top of the apple so he can see them better instead of just pouring them beside the kale, where they could just fall inside the little holes and cracks and he won't be able to find them. And then so the little green pieces in there are just oat pieces of kale that I am just taking out so he doesn't have to eat them. And I have fed them to my to the crickets. And right there, I thought there was a live cricket. You don't want that. Let me just tell you, have you ever been trying to go to sleep and you just see a cricket crawling? Okay, you don't want to do that because it scares me. And it's always been scaring me for the longest. So right now, I am done with my beardies salad, and here is the final result. Listen, if I was a lizard, I would love, 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 love this. So, if you guys have a lizard, I recommend trying to do this if you have dead crickets. That's my neighbor. That's my neighbor.